What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to talk about Hydra tonight. Now, I showed some recent footage in a couple of my videos talking about defeating Secret Avengers in Alliance War, what you can use to defeat them, by the way, RIP Barack Obama, and I showed Hydra fighting them and defeating them, and that piqued some curiosity of a few players out there. They're very curious about Hydra and if they're worth pursuing, and just kind of like what to invest in on them, because people saw this and were very interested. I was surprised that people were really interested in this Hydra thing, and I even had some people who said that they thought Hydra was only really good for defeating Mercs. And I'm gonna break down. I've got 8 different fights for you guys tonight. I'm gonna just kind of walk through things with that. I just kind of show you guys what I found with Hydra in testing. By no means are they a top tier war offense team. They're like okay. They're mid-tier offense team, I'd say, but if you do get the right RNG and you have the right matchups, you can find they can defeat some of the newer teams we find out there and war defense now. But yeah, if you guys do find this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I know a lot of you are subscribing to the channel. It helps drive that algorithm. But also, real quick shout out to Venora as well. She was talking about 7 red star in her Hydra sniper. So Venora, if you're watching this, you will probably find this video helpful, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it first. Let's start by talking about the Hydra team and how I've got mine built up. This is my Hydra team, and for the intents and purposes of testing, this is the team I used. I did not use a test account server or the test server account, because that test account team, everyone's like tier 14 or tier 15, blue 2.3 ISO, pretty much unattainable things. Like, you're not going to build up your Hydra that much. So I wanted to use something a bit more realistic. So this is my team up here. I did show Crossbones in some of the footage, but I like Winter Soldier over Crossbones, and you're going to be building up Winter Soldier anyways, because you need him to get Omega Red. You'll be building up to tier 14 to get a 7-star unlock on Omega Red, so you do have to gear him up anyways. Tier 15 Zemo, tier 14 Hydra Grenadier, 13 Soldier and Red Skull, and then a tier 12 Hydra Sniper. And in terms of T4s, outside Zemo, I don't have a lot. I have quite a few T4s on Zemo, because when we first got him, he was very dominant in war. And the T4 that you absolutely have to have on him is this one right here, the T4 on his passive, because it gives 20% bonus speed for himself and all non-minion Hydra allies. That allows him to go up to like 140 speed. It makes him, yeah, it bumps up his speed close to 140, and it makes him absurdly fast. And unless you're finding a team that gets huge speed bar boosts at the start, Zemo's going to outspeed pretty much anybody, and that's very big because he gets his ultimate off on that first turn. That ultimate gets ability block on someone, then some speed downs, and a rebound chain a bunch of times. And I did put the T4 on this a long time ago for that. It's helpful. You don't have to have it, but this special T4 is very, very good, especially if you are going to be targeting minions with this. It can do some insane damage to minions. But also, this is an unblockable attack, and this can be important for when we fight some teams. Hint, Doc Ock, and Sinister Six. Unblockable attacks here are going to be very big. So getting the bonus damage on this special is big. It is every other turn. It's only a 2-turn cooldown on that, so that's huge. You're going to be getting that ability off a lot. And then Hydra Grenadier, you will need to build him up high, because if you're going against a team that puts taunt on the highest damage character, Grenadier needs to be there. And Grenadier has one of the highest damage stats in the game. If you look at MSF.gg, he is number 18 in terms of damage. And this is big because you need him to get those taunts, and he'll come back anyways because of Red Skull there. But yeah, build him up. And then his passive here, you don't need the passive T4 on this, but if Zemo is an ally, he gains 20% bonus damage. So he's going to get a significant damage boost. About 20,000 here, 6 red on him. That was a natural pull on him. So of course I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's build him up. But no T4s on him. Only 1.3 Raider ISO on him. I really like Raider here. Plus you do get some bonus crit chance from Winter Soldier there. And speaking of Winter Soldier, no T4s on him. But if you were going to put one on, maybe this T4 on the passive does give 5% bonus crit chance for himself and Hydra. But also this one, because he will get offense up, and you can time this really well. This can hit decently hard with the offense up, and you do put Striker on him as well. So unblockable, does apply heal block. That's very important. And then Red Skull. Red Skull, I've got one T4 on him for the ultimate here for Storm Assault, because it puts offense up on all allies and gains assist from 5 Hydra allies for this ability. You will get this off on his 3rd turn, so it's a bit of a long cooldown. So your trick is you just got to make sure he survives long enough to get that off. So 4 red on him, 7 yellow, 1.3 striker, tier 13, level 70. If you don't want to go for tier 13, I made a mistake by going for tier 13. I should have just leveled him up a little bit more, but yeah, nothing too crazy there. And then finally, Hydra Sniper. I put a T4 on him for this, for 0 in, because this T4 is very, very helpful. This gets off at the start and puts 2 offense up to maximum 3 for self and all Hydra and Red Skull allies. Then he fills the speed bar by 60% and he gains speed up for 2 turns. He is, if you time this right between Red Skull and this, Hydra Sniper can pretty much pop his special and then go again right away with this. Plus, there is a passive on Red Skull that does increase speed for Red Skull and Hydra minion allies. You could put this T4 on the passive for Red Skull as a result, because that goes up to 15% bonus speed for Hydra minion allies. So it is helpful. This will, of course, buff the damage and speed on Grenadier as well. But Hydra Sniper, he's not impressive in terms of damage. He's not going to do a lot. I know on the test server, he was doing like 200k on his basic, which, okay. But yeah, you really want him here for this, for that offense up. And this is where you want the T4, because it's a max of 3 up to all Hydra allies with that T4. That's very big. The filling speed bar by 10% on that is nice as well, but yeah, outside of Zemo, you're not investing a lot of T4s on this team. Now, you could do a few more. The bonus focus here for the passive on Grenadier is nice. The bonus damage here on his special is pretty good too. He's going to hit decently hard with that, so the 50% bonus damage on that is nice as well. But yeah, I would not go crazy on T4s for this team at this point. If you haven't invested a lot in them, I wouldn't. The passive on Zemo, the special on Sniper, the ultimate on Red Skull, and then the special on Zemo in that order. 4 T4s, that's all I would recommend on this Hydra team at this point. But yeah, that's my Hydra team. Let's go ahead and go into the footage here, and let's break down all these fights, because there's going to be quite a few of them here. I think you guys are going to enjoy some of these. All right, so the first match here for us is going to be a Merc Ultimus one. We're going to start off with a simple one here. This is one we're going to see a lot more in the future, mercenaries with Ultimus. And the reason people are doing this is because we're swapping off, like, we're taking characters out, and this is kind of a counter to Skilletary for a lot of people. Ultimus, he gains speed bar when you get taunt. So we're going to fight this. This is the Merc team I see a lot of people try to use these days, and this is a significant punch up here. And we're actually going to kill Ultimus before he ever gets a chance to do anything. So it's going to work just like how Mercs usually work. We're going to put a taunt on Hydra Grenadier, and because Red Skull is present, Grenadier is eventually going to die. It's not going to be a problem. Korath goes off here. We're actually going to lose Winter Soldier before he ever gets a chance to do anything, which is fine. Yeah, that's to be expected. I mean, so it's a weaker Winter Soldier. Put ability block on Ultimus. We don't want him getting his ultimate off. So just ability block him if you're not going to be able to kill him in that first turn. See the taunt here on Hydra Grenadier. That's planned. But now we're going to get the offense up from our Hydra Sniper. It's going to put offense up on everybody. And you can see we're going to target Taskmaster with this right here. Taskmaster is going to splash onto both Ultimus and onto Riot Guard. And because of Zemo's passive and his charge ability, we have Disrupt on both Riot Guard and Lieutenant. So pretty much every time we hit Riot Guard, he's going to try to stack Deflect. It's not going to do anything. So that Disrupt is huge for fighting Riot Guard. But then here you're going to see some damage from Grenadier, and it's not too impressive, to be honest, though there is defense up on a couple of these characters, and there is a block here from, there you go. So that's, once we get that defense up off, that second hit does some significant damage there. It goes from like 20k to up to here to like 70, almost 100k crit on this here that wasn't blocked. The block and the defense up here, I mean, what do you expect? But you can see it does some solid damage, and it does dispel positive effects. So we try to dispel some on Taskmaster. It didn't really do anything, but we've got Ultimus pretty low, and now we're going to pretty much finish off Ultimus here, and then we're going to go for Riot Guard so that he doesn't keep feeding deflects to Taskmaster. Do the double tap there. Not bad. So it's like 50k on the basic there with Sniper there at tier 12 with the Striker 1.3 on him. Not too bad. Killing off some minions, which is fine. Now we get this. Now we get the Zemo to go again. Now we're gonna use his ultimate or his special here, and he actually doesn't have offense up anymore. That did get cleared. No, I'm sorry, he does have offense up. I'm having trouble seeing, but he's gonna get that offense. He's gonna go into Korath there, and look at that. So that's pretty significant damage. That's why I like this special T4 on Zemo, because that does some really good damage, and it can't be blocked. And that's going to be very important for when you're fighting characters that have a basic block chance, like Doc. This kind of damage on that special is going to be very big, and that's the same thing with Winter Soldier here, where he didn't survive, but his ultimate can do unblockable damage and apply heal block. So those abilities are kind of important there, and now we're just kind of going for Taskmaster. Now, I should also mention that there were minions present in both Lieutenant and Riot Guard, so they were stacking up evades. It's a big part of Zemo's kit in War Offense. He's able to stack evade on himself and adjacent allies whenever a minion takes a turn. And that's very big, especially against those minion teams. That's why he worked so well in the early days against Mercs, against S.H.I.E.L.D., against any team that had a lot of minions. Zemo was the go-to counter for it. Still is, really. But there we go. Gonna finish off Taskmaster. Boom. Done. So that was a solid, that was a good, I don't know, about a 70k punch up. Yeah, about a 70k punch up between the two. That's not bad. So this is one we're just starting off here just to show you guys. But yeah, Merc and Ultimus still very much easy food for a Hydra team. Now, one other one I wanted to show you guys, and I didn't quite get to record it at the start. I have to find a screenshot of when I did this and post it here. But this is against a Merc Asgardian combo. This one's got Shuri and Killmonger, and I've actually found this combination of these two characters is more annoying to fight than the Lieutenant and Riot Guard, especially for this team, because Zemo does counter the Merc minions. So with Shuri and Riot and Killmonger here, they actually go before Taskmaster, allows him to assist, which means he can steal off these defense up and immunities, which can make things much more challenging. But because you don't have as many Mercs, you don't get the huge speed bar boost that you would get before. So Taskmaster's not going to get his ultimate off here. But you're also going to go before Hela and Loki, which is huge. And you're going to see that in this footage. And that's going to allow you to ability block Hela before she starts using her ultimate here. We got them to go. Taskmaster has not moved. Hela has not moved. Loki has not moved. Our Zemo has moved. So we're going to put ability block on Hela. We don't want her going off because her ultimate is going to hurt. It's really going to hurt. So you don't want that ultimate going off. So you need to at least get ability block on her. So get ability block on her. We're going to bounce around a little bit. You get some speed down, which is fine. The ultimate from Taskmaster goes off. Again, we're going to lose poor... actually, we didn't lose. We didn't lose Winter Soldier that time. I'm surprised. But Zemo's looking a little weak here. Get the heal block on Hela. So in case she goes into stealth now, but if we kill Greg, she's not going to heal anything up. So it's not a big deal. Use the special here from Grenadier. Target adjacent enemies to Hela. Because now you can just use this special from Grenadier. Remember, it removes positive effects. So you're going to use that. You're going to pop that stealth right off Hela. And if you're lucky, you may even cleanse it. Fortunately, focus was not high enough on Grenadier at this point. In fact, I think, yeah, it did not really work too well. But we do have heal block on her. So she'll exit out of stealth here in a second. But no big deal. Zemo goes off and kills her anyways. So now we're going to finish off Loki or Shuri. Actually, we did go for Shuri for the heal block. Try to go for Killmonger. Once Hela's gone, Loki is really not a threat. It's not a big deal. Try to get defense down on Killmonger. He bounces around a little bit. He does get some crits, I believe. And I think, yeah, we almost lose Zemo here. And honestly, it's not a big deal at this point because Zemo has done his job. At this point, it's really mostly just kind of clean up. Get the ultimate there from Red Skull. Do some damage. And do the special once more with Zemo. Get the charge there on Hydra Sniper. Finish off Loki. So I'll have to go and find this one. This wasn't like a huge punch up, but you know, with this, Like Shuri and Killmonger made this a little more challenging for Zemo. The Lieutenant and Riot Guard are easier for Zemo to tackle, but here you go. Against the Merc Asgardian combo, Zemo's still going to do just fine. Now, this is one I did want to show you guys because the common knowledge is always like Black Bolt is a big problem for Red Skull, and I did want to kind of show this is a big punch down. It's a 40k punch down, but I just wanted to show this again on like a punch across. It should do fine. The Coulson plus Nick Fury combo is a bit of a problem because it allows Coulson to go first. His ultimate's going to go off, but because you have Grenadier present, what's going to happen is that the taunt on Grenadier is going to focus Grenadier here. And you're going to see that the taunt, we did resist getting the positive effects removed, but that was like a gear 12 going to a gear 14 Grenadier, so it's not a big deal here. But there you go. So the taunt's going to go off on Grenadier. You don't want Zemo targeted by that. Not a big deal. Now we're going to ability block Black Bolt. And we don't want him getting a special off. And then once that's done, you want to go for Crystal. You don't want to go for Black Bolt until Crystal's gone, because Crystal's just going to erase your progress. She's going to heal him back up, also remove positive effects. But also, the presence of this shield security right here is a bit of a problem for when you're worrying about the passive from Yo-Yo, because he's present. She's not able to put offense down on your team, but you kind of have to go for Crystal here. So you're going to use the special on Crystal, get rid of that defense up. Crystal's gone, but now we get the offense down again from our characters. That's not going to be too much of a problem. Now we're just going to go for Black Bolt, try to finish him off. We're going to finish him off right here. Or actually, we went for Yo-Yo here, so we got rid of the offense down. There you go. Black Bolt's done. And now for Nick Fury. So that was like a 40k punch down on Black Bolt Coulson, but I mean, it's one that's not too bad. Usually don't see Nick Fury with Coulson anyway, so you take it as you will. But hey, the possibility is there. If you do want to go against Black Bolt and Coulson with Zemo, still very much a possibility. And Black Bolt was made as a counter to Red Skull, so I do find it kind of poetic justice, if you will, in that you're able to use Red Skull with this Hydra team to defeat Black Bolt in war. And here's another one, Wave 1 Avengers. You're gonna see this a lot. I've got a variant here with Captain Marvel as well. It's really not a big problem either way. You do usually see a powerful Thor here, but all you're gonna do is ability block Thor, and then it's gonna be business as usual. You ability block, or sorry, not ability block Thor, you ability block Hulk, prevent him from taunting, and just rail on the other characters. It's not a big problem. So ability block on him, kind of go for Thor if you have to. Coulson's also a handy character to go after here. Coulson just about died there. We did try to go for Hawkeye. We don't want him getting his special off either. That will do the buff removal and speed bar reduction. So yeah, we use the Grenadier there. Get some damage in. Thor's almost gone here. Finish off Thor. There you go. Now the unblockable attack here, you can use it on Cap if you really want to, or you just go for Hulk, finish him off. This was like a 50k punch up, and it really wasn't that big of an issue. Not much to really say here. Ability block Hulk, and then finish off Thor, and you're good to go. There's a version here with Captain Marvel as well, and honestly, this one doesn't really change much. Ability block Hulk once again. Focus on the other characters. It's a more powerful Captain Marvel on this one, but yeah, I mean, these are the teams we already have. You guys will probably want to see a little bit more. We're gonna get to another one here. We're gonna talk about Emmarauders next, and how taking Sabertooth off that team has made them wildly vulnerable to a Hydra team, and I'll explain why when we go through that. There you go. Ability block Hulk, and actually did bounce back and forth between Hulk and Hawkeye. Killed him off. Killed both of them off. Focus down Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel does not have Wave 1 Avengers tags, so attacking her will not put charge on Thor. Not a big deal. And there you go. I easy said that was like 40 seconds, if that. That was easy. That was easily done. But yeah, let's move on to some more challenging ones. We're just, this is like the appetizer. Let's move on to some more challenging ones, including Emmarauders. Okay, so what's going on with this team? Because Sabertooth was here, Strife was moving pretty quickly, but once you take Sabertooth off, these guys move. before Strife, and you're going to see why. So Strife gains 10% speed bar at the start for every mutant villain ally present. You take Sabertooth off, Strife gets slowed down just enough that Zemo can move before him. And then with that, you're able to get ability block on Emma Frost. And that just really opens the door. You get that ability block on Emma Frost, you're done. There you go. Ability block Emma Frost. Did chain to Ghost. Ghost counter, so broke the chain. Taunt here on Strife, not a big deal. Put heal block, unblockable heal block. Did some nice damage. Build up that speed bar, put offense up on your team. Hydra Grenadier goes off. Finishes off Strife. And look how much damage. By the way, it's a 4/6 Mr. Sinister, tier 14 or tier 15, I believe. Decently built. But also remember, like, outside my Zemo, all of my other Hydra are like well below 100k power too. So now we're just gonna go for Emma. We're not gonna even worry about Mr. Sinister. Our goal is Emma. Get rid of Emma ASAP. Now, one other thing about the special for Zemo, it is unblockable. It is also unavoidable. So you see that Ghost? That Ghost can be a problem because she can dodge, and that can heal her back up and make her very, very annoying. So you see there, she dodged. Put that special on. Boom. She's gone. Emma finally moves. Not a big deal. Now, we're going to finish her off. Get some attacks in. Use the AoE attacks from our Hydra Rifles Trooper summons. Finish off the Grenadier there, or finish off the Rifle Trooper. Finish off Sinister and finish off Mystique. Yeah, that one was surprising. The first time I tried it, I was like, we'll see. But when I saw that Zemo was able to move before Strife because Sabertooth is gone, I was like, oh, I think we have this. And sure enough, like that was a punch across, I believe. But yeah, I mean, it's like a slight punch down, and it is a weaker Strife, but that's not a big problem. And you can see that we bounced, like the bounced attacks from Grenadier did some significant damage to Sinister as well. You can't go around that other ways, and it could have been worse if he had cloned like my Zemo, but like the fact that this worked so well, I was surprised. I think this may be able to punch up significantly on Emma teams without Sabertooth present. Minerva could make this more challenging because of her revives, but you do see a lot of this with Ghost now too. So it's one of those where if you've got the team and you want to try it out, by all means, go for it. All right, so let's talk Sinister 6 here with Doc. This one is very much a soft counter. Like of the 10, 15 times I tried it, it was about a 30% success rate. And it all comes down to timing and luck with blocks, and if you can put heal block on him in a timely fashion. So the goal here is to not use the ultimate from Zemo on that first turn. Wait, let Doc get off his big ability that does the summon and the heal, and use that the second turn, because the ability to flip positives into negatives on your team in prolong is much, much worse than him being able to get a couple of regens off. And that's what I found consistently. Once I changed up that strategy and saved that ultimate from Zemo on the second turn, it was much better. You can see right now, we're ignoring Doc. We're trying to go for some of his other characters here. Is that, actually, yeah, here we go. Ultimate from Zemo gets the ability block and speed down. That's helpful. Slows him down. Also, Goblin is making this very annoying because Goblin, every time a Sinister 6 character is moving, Goblin is dispelling positive effects off my team. So as fast as I'm getting like offense up and other things, Goblin's just directly dispelling them. So this one's complicated. There you go. We got the heal block and unblockable attacks there. So now we hammer. Absolutely hammer Doc. Drop him low. Passive goes off from Zemo. When Doc falls below 10, I believe it's 10 or 15% health, automatically gains full speed bar, will clear heal block. But at this point, it's over because unblockable, unavoidable special from Zemo goes off, finishes off Doc, boom. That's like the perfect order of operations there. If the heal block gets resisted from Winter Soldier, you're in big, big trouble. The Hydra scientists, I thought they could apply heal block. They're not. So it's a big if on this one. It all comes down to whether he can apply heal block and if he is low enough for Zemo to finish off with a special. If you don't get that heal block, it's done. You're not going to win this fight. I've tried it multiple times. It just doesn't work. But if you are able to finish it off, you can go after some of these other characters. We finished off Mysterio. One thing I found really interesting, we're going to use the ultimate here from Red Skull, get offense up on our characters. I should have gone after Green Goblin because that Dispel's killing me. And you see, I'm losing all these offense ups that I just had. But also the Mysterios, when they get summoned, they trigger the passive here with Zemo. You can see he's putting evade on characters, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, there we go. Finally I realized, yeah, maybe I should be going after frickin' Green Goblin. So I try to go for Green Goblin here, finish him off, and there we go, finish off Swarm. Again, this is very much a soft counter. It's a possibility. And as we gear up Winter Soldier more and get like up to tier 14 gets a huge boost in focus. So with that, it should make it more reliable for him to put heal block onto Doc. Plus with Grenadier's boost to focus as well, it should be reliable there at that point. Tier 13, I'm not having success with it, but as you go for Omega Red and you gear up that Winter Soldier up to tier 14, this should be more reliable. It just hinges on getting that heal block on Doc. If you can't get it on Doc, you're screwed. But once we get tier 14, that boosted focus, it should be more reliable. We'll see in the future. All right, and then I'm going to finish off with this one. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't want to fight New Warriors with Surfer. This is like one of 2 times out of like 10 or 15 attempts that I did win with Surfer present. And, oh man, Surfer makes this fight so difficult. The Surfer's present, you have to get ability block on him on that first turn. And if you don't, you're done. You might as well just go ahead and retreat. But if Surfer is not present, this fight becomes immensely easier because then you can focus on characters like Deathpool, like Dagger, like Cloak, but you have to focus on Surfer because you got to get rid of him, because if you don't, you're in huge trouble. Luckily, this guy had it positioned badly so that Cloak was sitting right next to Surfer and it was a weak Cloak. So Cloak dies off quickly, and you're going to see it here in the footage. And it does skip a little bit ahead here. I apologize for that. We were able to get, because I finally just got tired of testing over and over again, and I hit record once I got ability block on Surfer. So there we go, ability block on Surfer, bouncing back and forth, and now we just hammer Surfer. The problem is you need to get heal block on him, because every turn that someone on your team takes, he heals up 4% of his max health. So try to get heal block. He resists it, because of course he does. Surfer is beefy with resistance. Tier 13's Winter Soldier is not going to put heal block on him. Again, this is one where a tier 14 Winter Soldier would likely change this, at least have a better chance of applying heal block. You can see, you just watch his health just go up and up and up. See how annoying that is? You do damage and he just heals it right back. It's so annoying. The minions are doing, I think, less damage. There you go. Kills off another minion. We almost lose Red Skull here. If we had lost Red Skull, that would have been bad. There we go. Hopefully, and we just need 1 or 2 more good hits. Boom. Done. Now we got to focus down the other characters. And yeah, Deathpool and the minions is such a bad idea. That's why you really want to go for Deathpool, because Deathpool was just going to go insane and just kill everybody. And you can see, yeah, this, like, all those characters, like, Deathpool going off did not make this easy. Let's try to finish off Deathpool here. Boom. Done. But yeah, like, all that time I had to spend on the Surfer to get him finished off so that I could focus on these other characters. Like, yeah, Surfer, if you see Surfer on a New Warriors team, just avoid him. Don't bother with Hydra against this team. But if he has other characters, like we saw Drax there, and you see another character with them, you're going to have a much better time. But yeah, Surfer makes that so much more complicated. But I don't know how many times you're going to find New Warriors without Surfer on defense. We'll see. But that is going to wrap it up. This is a long video. I just looked at the timer, like 35 minutes, and I'm going to have to cut down quite a bit of this. But let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys have any other questions, or if you guys want to see any more footage of Hydra going against other teams in war, let me know down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.